Yo, yo, yo. We just no countdown. I'm just going live, straight live. Let's see how this works. No countdown, straight live from Studio J, Dog Check Channel. Let's see how this works when you go live from Studio J. Jonathan Bowen is first. Dog Check in the building. Live from Studio J.
Dog check! Dog check!
What up, Jonathan? How you doing? Live, no countdown, just getting stuff ready. You know what I'm saying? If you can, share it out. I didn't even get to share anything. I'm just talking giblets. As we talk about the Browns, we talk about I'm back. Had a little hiatus, wasn't feeling great because I gave everything that I had and then I was gone. This is what happens when you give everything that you have. You pass out. You pass out. I gave everything that I had and then things happen, man. It happens. And that's what happened to me. 3 weeks and you're done. What does that mean, Jeff? What does that mean? 3 weeks and you're done. Explain yourself. What do you mean 3 weeks and I'm done? The Browns are done. I'm done. What does that mean? 3 weeks and we're done. What does that mean? Is that we play you guys in 3 weeks? Is that what you're talking about? The Pittsburgh Steelers? We play Pittsburgh in 3 weeks and we're done? Is that what you're talking about, Jeff? Huh? Is that what you mean? Can we hit our donation goal? Man, I'm so back after week 3. I think he's referring to Flacco. Is he talking to Flacco, Jeff? Get in the chat. Can we meet our goal? Time to move on from Joe Flacco. You're done with Flacco? I'm so done with Joe Flacco, and I am so done with the excuses that everybody gives for Joe Flacco. I am ready to just, oh my goodness. Can we hit our donation goal? Let's go. Let's talk about Joe Flacco. 3 weeks and you're done. I was done with him after week 2. Joe Flacco, his stats. I'm not even going to talk about yards. I'm going to talk about his rating. After 3 weeks, that's what he means by 3 weeks and done. I appreciate you, Jeff. He has 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and a 65.9 passer rating through 3 weeks. If I just gave you a silhouette and I didn't say the name of the quarterback, everybody would say, that quarterback sucks. That's what they would say. If I gave you a silhouette, no name, and I put up those numbers, they would say that quarterback sucks. But then when you say the name Joe Flacco, everybody starts throwing out excuses because they love Joe Flacco, but that's not how it works. You don't get to say you love someone and then you make excuses for them. No. Those are terrible numbers. And I know. Well, he had drop passes, and that's why I don't care. Okay? I am sick of the excuses that we make for Joe Flacco. I'm tired of it. We got to treat him like we would treat everybody else. If it was Baker Mayfield, he sucks. If it was Jacoby Brissett, he sucks. If it was Deshaun Watson, he needs put under the ground. But when it's Joe Flacco, everybody wants to make an excuse on Twitter. Oh, well, it's the line. No. And you know what's happening with Kevin Stefanski? He is ruining the chance for Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders to grow. Because 95% of the fan base is already talking about the 2026 quarterback class. Let's go get Drew Aller, the hometown kid. Let me throw up in some kitty litter, okay? It's not fair to DG and SS. They're not even getting a chance now, and we're talking about 2026. The Cleveland Brown offense is wasting an all-time great defensive performance in these first 3 weeks by Jim Shorts and the crew. That's what they're doing right now. What up, Smuggle Kitten? How you doing? I don't care who starts so long as we win. People saying Stefanski is on the hot seat. I think Flacco is on the hot seat. Yup, unfortunately, he's washed up. Dog check, says Cody Newton.
Dog check!
Joe doesn't pass the eye test. I'm echoing now. Hold on. Turn my sound back down. I love JF, but he should be the backup. Let the kids play. And DG is barely a kid. Dude played 6 years of college ball. Very good point, the Pebble. We're talking about Dylan Gabriel. He played for what? Hawaii? Was it Central Florida, Oklahoma, and then Oregon? He has a plethora of experience when it comes to the quarterback position. Do you think it's all Stefanski's decision? That's a good question. I think so. I'm going to say yes. I think that I guess he wants to give the veterans a chance to win, so he believes Flacco gives them the best chance, in my opinion. Jonathan, does that mean I'm right? You know this channel by now. Half the time I'm wrong. I could be wrong. It could be maybe AB, but I think they give Stefanski the reins here. So I think he wants to keep giving Flacco a chance. He said, well, he lost tackles. He lost tackles. I don't care. Joe Flacco is not the Joe Flacco that came here 2 years ago. This is a different quarterback. We can't keep living off of what he did 2 years ago. He was 38. Now he's 40. Although I want Flacco on the bench, I don't want to see either rookie get hurt because of our O-line can't block. Listen, Joe Flacco is going to get hurt before a rookie because Joe Flacco is concrete. Joe Flacco can't move, okay? The line not blocking is worse for Joe Flacco than it is Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders because they actually know how to use their legs to run. Joe Flacco is so slow, it is ridiculous. When he tries to get out of trouble, he's going to get hurt before Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders get hurt because they actually can use their legs. When you can roll out of the pocket with Dylan Gabriel, hey, it actually works. When they roll Joe Flacco out of pocket, nothing happens. Nobody moves because he can't move. So them not being able to block actually hurts Joe Flacco even more because he has cement shoes on. He's stuck in the mud, stuck in the sand. I don't know how else I can say that he's stuck, but he is stuck. Prayers worked. What prayers did you have, Cook the Capo? What was your prayers?
Dog check! Dog check!
They do have top defense in the AFC. This will be Flacco's last start, you think? Same. The O-line can't protect the rookies. However, the hits hard on Flacco, too. Floppo? Joe's field vision is trash for a veteran. Lions will be tough. He do have some cement boots on. Afternoon, cool breeze. How you doing, Cheryl? Dog check for you. Lovey Marie. The fans in London are going to riot if Shedeur doesn't play versus the Vikings. Well, they're going to riot because Shedeur's not playing against the Vikings. They're going to riot because he's not playing. They can chant for him on the sidelines because he's not playing. Shoot, DG may not even play. They may miss Duke. They may see old man Flacco in London. Old man River. Old man River. A win. First of many. First of many? Many? So, I'm just, listen, I am so done with Joe Flacco, man. I don't know how else to say it. Our offense has been bad. I think we're averaging what? I don't even know. What is our average? What is the offense averaging per game? It is absolutely pathetic. We made the Ravens defense look good. And have you seen this Ravens defense? They're absolutely terrible. The only team they looked good was us. They couldn't stop the run against Detroit. They couldn't stop Buffalo. Now, if you want to say, well, Buffalo and Detroit, hello, top flight offenses, I'll give you that. But we couldn't sniff anything. We didn't look resemblant of nothing. We had 13 against Green Bay. What do we have against Ravens? 17 against the Ravens, 13 and 17. And then we had 16 against Cincinnati. 13, 17, and 16. 13 plus 17 plus 16 divided by 3. A whopping 15.3 points per game is what the Browns offense is averaging. So we are asking defenses to hold teams to 14 points per game in this era of football. Are you kidding me? Flacco needs to teach from the bench. Rookies need to get some play time. And there goes Big Dollar C. Big Dollar C just be bailing out the chat. I gotta get him something. Big Dollar C basically is keeping me streaming at this point. He's keeping his brother streaming at this point. Big Dollar C. The goal was 40, and he said, here's a tip for you looking so good on camera. I don't know if he said that. I don't know if he said that part.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Big Dollar, holla, holla. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you keeping me in the game. Who knows how much longer I'm going to be in the game. Thank you, C. Robert, the Bengals have much worse defense than us, and Flacco won't throw picks like Browning. I must have missed something. As bad as the Vikes beat up the Bengals, Flacco may get pulled at halftime. I don't think he'll be as bad as Jake Browning. I do agree with who was just saying that about Jake Browning. I love Pug. I don't think Flacco will be that bad where he's just handing the Bengals the ball. Now, he is capable of handing the Bengals the ball, but I don't think he'll be that bad. But the Vikings defense is very good. But back to the 15 points, 3 points per game before we move on from Joe Flacco. If anybody thinks this Sunday the Browns defense going to Detroit are going to hold the Detroit Lions under 14 points, I have some land to sell you in Idaho. That's not going to happen, and it should not be expected to happen. That is absurd if anyone thinks that or expects that to happen. That, first of all, is unfair to the defense, and second of all, is outlandish to even expect the defense to do so against one of the top flight offenses in the NFL, and they're at home. I just wanted to get that out there. I got to get back to work. I will rewatch this like I did last week's member stream and the play-by-play. Appreciate you, Corey. Thank you, The Pebble. People showing Big C some love. Hey, Lovey. Hey, chat. Corey Love. When are you going to get us a quarterback before the return of Yeshua? What up, Mike? I wish I had that kind of power. No way. Thank you, Cody. Vikings D got me 35 points in fantasy. Well, nobody thought we would hold GB to 10, but the Lions are great. We were at home. We're going to Detroit. And Green Bay's offense and Detroit's offense are two different animals. Detroit put up 52 on Chicago. I think they put up 38 on the Ravens. To hold them, because we're averaging 15 a game. To hold them under 14 is absurd to expect. And if I hear fans on Twitter going crazy when Detroit scores on this defense, I'm going to lose my mind. The offense needs to step up Sunday is my whole point. Joe Flacco needs to do something Sunday. That's all I'm saying. He needs to show up and do something on Sunday. He hasn't done anything all season. It's like we've been playing without a quarterback. That's all I'm saying. What has Detroit done on defense? Let me see. Before I really go off on Flacco, I really don't care, to be honest with you, because I'm done with Joe Flacco to even be. I'm not even going to say like I'm biased at this point because I want to see the young quarterbacks. Okay, the Ravens got 30. Okay, but that's Lamar Jackson, so that's expected. What did they do week 2? Oh, against Chicago, they shut them down. They shut Chicago down. I think it was 24. 21 against the Bears. So they held the Bears to 21. And what they do with Green Bay? How much did Green Bay score on Detroit? 27. So they can be scored on. Their defense can be scored on. It's been the 20s every week. So I don't want to hear it about the Browns better get 20. That's all I'm saying. I want to see 20 on Detroit. They allowed 20 points each game. 27, 21, 30. No excuses. I don't see Judkins having many yards either. I like the Lions have a great, well-rounded team, but we have a better defense. I'm not undercutting them by any means. I think if the Lions hold us to no points or only 3 points, every sports channel out there will be calling for Flacco to be pulled, and I think Haslam will drop the hammer on him. Look, I had tickets for the Cleveland vs. Detroit and chose to go to the Upper Peninsula in Michigan for the week instead because I don't want to cry on live TV. Flacco needs 21 points at halftime to win. They've let 20 plus every single game. 20 plus every single game. The Detroit defense. No excuses for the offense. All right. I'm going to move off Flacco for a second. Since you guys are here this week, you who have showed up to the stream, early pregame, who was your big dog of the week? Let me know. Who was your big dog of the week? We're going to get it in now, and then we can talk about the pre-stream. The pregame as well. Who was your big dog of the week? Who was that one person, that one guy that made the biggest difference of the week? You could go Andre Schmidt, game winner, winner, chicken dinner. Everybody loves him now. Everybody hated him week 1. It's a love-hate relationship. Everybody loves him now. Andre Schmidt, winner, chicken dinner. You could go Carson Schwenger. This dude, I'm probably saying his last name wrong. This dude has been amazing. I'm telling you right now. What a home run hit by, I got to say it, I got to give him his props. What a home run hit by AB. I still don't like him for what he did to Nick Chubb. I'll never forgive him for that. But what a home run hit from what he has done with that Carson guy. Carson had 10 tackles, 2 pressures, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. You could pick him. You could pick him. You could pick Myles Garrett. You could pick Myles Garrett every single week if you wanted to for the big dog of the week. Mason Graham, 4 pressures, 3 hurries, 0.5 sacks. You could pick him. Or you could pick Quinshon Judkins, 94 rushing yards, 1 TD, and he just brings a different grit to this offense ever since he has been put into the lineup. What are you going with? Let's see what you got. Our rookies, both big dogs. Second half of the Ravens versus Lions, their defense was nasty. Talking about Lions. What up, James? Judkins seems to be developing well. Judkins. Delpit's birthday. Happy birthday to Delpit. Swessinger and Graham. What up, AAA? Not having too much hope, but he's kind of looking like joke. Okay. We scored more than 22 times last year. Graham, 43% rush rate success. Graham has been great. Graham has been great. If I had to pick, I would pick Quinshon Judkins. Quinshon Judkins has just been that dude. He outrushed the Green Bay Packers were in that run game, has been nasty. He outrushed David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs by himself with his 94 yards, 1 touchdown, tough running. Dude has been a monster. I'm going with Quinshon Judkins. He has changed this offense, even though the offense hasn't been great. His tenacity late in the games, the defense don't know what to do with him. He had the only touchdown last week. I'm going with Quinshon Judkins as my big dog of the week. And he's from the Ohio State. Gibbs did not have 3 touchdowns against Green Bay. He did not. For a fact, I know he did not because they only had 13 points. He did not have 3 touchdowns against Green Bay. I know that for a fact. For a fact. Because if you only have 13 points, you got 1 touchdown. He did not have 3 touchdowns against Green Bay. I know that for a fact. I can stamp it and book it. We will need 28 points this week to win. We're about to leave AAA. What we're about to do, actually. We're about to hop off here, AAA. But I just hopped on here for a second because I'm feeling a little better. But AAA, we were talking about time to move on from Joe Flacco. That's what we were talking about. Big Dollar basically came in here and he met the donation goal all by himself. He is trying to keep me streaming for the foreseeable future. My bro. But we were talking about time to move on from Joe Flacco, and most of the people in the stream agree it's time to move on for him. You thought we were setting up the live stream? That is tomorrow on Patreon, AAA. That is tomorrow on Patreon. Good plug there. But if you want to set up the live stream, the pre-game show, tomorrow on Patreon, become a Patreon member at 6 p.m. We put together the pre-game show live at 6 p.m. Eastern. Join the pre-game show team live on Patreon, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, patreon.com/dog check channel. Robert is saying we're letting up 28 points. Oh, what did I say? We will need 28 points this week to win. I can see that. Needing 28 points to win. Sick of Flacco. Watching all these QBs running and making plays, and every time Flacco has the ball, I feel like something bad is going to happen. Tony, love from Scotland. I love it. Tony, you are right to be sick of Joe Flacco. I'm sick of him too. And I'm also sick of everybody making excuses for Joe Flacco because he sucks. There, I said it. Joe Flacco sucks. Had to get that out. Oh, and people will come into the stream later on and they'll say you're a Flacco hater. You've always been hating. I am a truth teller. He's above average for his career. He's had some good moments. And he sucks right now, and we are wasting young talent for nothing. And our defense are bailing us out. And if he plays good, I will give him his credit. Be there before square. We're just hanging out talking about Flacco and big dogs, Judkins. Let it all out. Went to my friend's house to watch the Ravens game as he supports them, and watching Jackson destroy us hurts. They say Flacco is better than DG. I guess he is. He's starting. He's better than DG. He's better than Shador. He's better than a lot of people, I guess. I wanted to go to the game this weekend, but I'm not paying $364. I would not pay $364 to watch this offense. I guess I'm not a fan. I refuse to pay money to watch this putrid offense step on the field. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. I refuse to watch. I wouldn't pay $1 to watch this offense because I'm not booing my team either. I'm not going to boo my team. So how do I stop myself from booing my team? Not going to the game. Because I don't believe booing does anything. How does that help my team get better if I boo? What does that actually do? I don't believe it helps. So I'm not going to the game because I don't want to boo my team. I don't think it lifts their spirits. I don't think it makes them any better. So I'm not going. I did not do, I don't know which talk, I don't, no. This is my first time actually being in my studio because I haven't been feeling well. So I didn't do, I think I talked about, so no, I didn't. I don't even know if I can do it, to be honest with you. It depends. I'll have to see. We will give credit where credit's due, but credit hasn't been due. Only the Browns have a headline like this in 2025. How many more games will Flacco play? You know what? It depends how stubborn Kevin Stefanski is. As long as the Browns keep it close or they win, he's going to keep playing. So this is the dilemma that you are if you're a Browns fan. This is the dilemma that you're in. Do you want to win or do you want to see the young quarterbacks get a chance? Because as long as they're winning, Flacco's playing. As long as they're competitive, Flacco's playing. The moment Flacco starts throwing wobbly ducks and they're getting intercepted, and he's the reason they lose, then you'll see the young quarterbacks. So it's all about what you want. If you want to win, Flacco's in. That's a bar. Write it down with your pen. Okay, I'm done. Where else can you get this at? Where else can you get it? Where else can you get it? Watson must not care because we all know he has the talent. Where did Watson come from? I'm confused with what does Watson have to do with anything? I'm confused with the Watson one. You're going to have to elaborate on that one, Joe. What does Watson have to do with anything? How did he get in the conversation? I'm not sure about the Watson one. I'm done with Watson, by the way. Does anybody know? I'm done with Deshaun Watson. He's not even in my book of quarterbacks right now. Hang on to week 8. Oh, here comes the Steeler fan. Just worry about your Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, okay? Worry about Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf. Don't you worry about Deshaun Watson being terrible, okay? I'm trying to read the chat. I'm trying, Joe. It's hard to read every chat. You know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to start making people super chat for me to read them. That's what's going to happen at this point. I want to win. And I think we'll have a better chance at winning with the rookies because the rookies can get out of the pocket. I agree. But I don't think, listen, to answer the original question, I would say Detroit, L. I didn't say you did, Joe. I just want to know where it came from. I'm not going to go back up to look. So because it's not that important to me, Joe, because Joe, if you know the history of this channel, I backed Deshaun Watson to as much as I could, and then I was done with him. So the history goes, I'm so done with him, I am done. So I didn't say you brought him up. I just want to know where he came from. But, I don't care. Listen, I am so done with Deshaun Watson. If he steps on I'll tell you this. If Deshaun Watson steps on this field this year, listen. You think I'm done with Joe Flacco? You think it's bad with me and Joe Flacco? You ain't seen nothing yet. You think I don't like Joe Flacco? See, look at that. That's Stefanski calling right now. That's Stefanski calling right now. Why draft an uber talented receiver and not use him? I'll gladly take Marvin here. Who drafted a receiver and not using him? Can we get a Josh Dobbs emoji? No. What happened to the flag emoji? Hold, please. We are liable to get to the Pittsburgh game and both of our geriatric QBs. Good luck with the super chats. Trust me, I know I'm not getting any super chats. Trust me. I got to bust a blood vessel to get a super chat. And sometimes that doesn't work. We're liable to get to the Pittsburgh game and both of our geriatric QBs might be sitting in front of the heaters. The whole stadium would boo. You are right. I think if Deshaun Watson ran out onto the stadium before DG or Shador, they may have to get security onto the field. That's all I'm saying. That's it, and that's all. I believe that. And that was Stefanski calling me. I sent him the voicemail. Marvin Harrison, the Cards drafted that man last year and don't want to use him. What the heck? Oh, yeah, man. Yes, they don't use him for nothing. Listen, I had him in a FanDuel parlay. He got the yards I needed, but they don't use him at all. Send him my way, please. Your guys' defense is legit. We definitely taking the Browns seriously Sunday. Don Burr, what up, Lion fan, my guy? How are you doing? Listen, you ain't got to worry about our offense, Don Burr. Listen, you can send out 10 guys on defense and you'll be okay. You don't have to worry about our offense. How you doing, Don? Yes, if Watson plays, AAA is psychic. He is. And I will give him all the credit in the world. What about if we get down and Watson is all we have left? Well, if Flacco gets hurt, DG gets hurt, Shador gets hurt, then I won't get mad because they have to play Deshaun Watson. That is a, what do you call it? Meant to happen then. It was meant for him to play. If he is the last choice, that means everybody's hurt. You got a better chance of me running to California than Deshaun Watson lighting the world on fire. You think if Mark has another down year with Kyler, he wants out, I would love it. I don't think we would get Marvin Harrison here. I don't think so. I would be psychotic. I'd lose my mind. Well, that's going to be it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all coming out to the impromptu stream. Appreciate all the kind words on the members post because I missed Members Monday. I had the migraine the size of Montana. So go on the map, look at the size of Montana. That was the size of my migraine. Just recovering from it. That's what happens when you give everything you have during those watch parties. You get the repercussions of it. But it's all worth it when you win. When you lose, it's not. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. Keep your notifications on.
Dog check! Dog check!
Same time, same channel, new name, same new name, new era, same energy. If we could figure out a QB thing, we could draft a great receiver. That is true. That is true. I really do think we have the QB. If we play him, that's a whole nother story. It's all love. Peace.